Today on Combustion Chamber, we have a Holden Commodore, better known in the States as a Chevy SS. Let's get after it. Welcome back to Combustion Chamber. Before we check out this Holden Commodore, I want to say thank you to our featured fan of this episode, and that featured fan is Juan Obregon. Now, full confession, he is a good friend of mine, but ever since I started this show, he's been supporting it, he's been sharing videos, he's been telling his friends about it, and he's also a combat veteran that's been deployed who knows how many times. He's a medic, and he's a hell of a guy. So Juan, this episode is for you. Now let's go check out this Holden. Dwayne, thank you very much for being on the show today. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
So what led you to get this Holden?
So I had a 2009 Striker Blue G8, and then I bought a 2015 SS, and then I traded the two of them because it became too difficult to maintain on this 17 SS, and this is the one I'm going to hang on to.
Now, this car is fast already from the factory, but what modifications have you made to this?
Well, it was fast already, but I wanted it a little faster, and I went ahead and I bought a D1 Procharger, and I bought some Cook's headers and Cook's 3-inch exhaust. Changed the injectors, got a tune from Rick Crawford out of North Carolina, and I'm ready for the track.
Well, when people see a car of this size, they don't typically think rear-wheel drive performance. What kind of suspension does this have that makes it a performance car?
Well, it is a rear-wheel drive car with a big engine, and then it's got a magnetic ride suspension. So you take a knob and you adjust it, and you can go from touring to sport to performance. And depending on what mode you're in, it stiffens the ride from the suspension. It also stiffens the input for the steering, making it a little less input to get the reaction that you want.
When people see this, do they know what a Holden is? Because this was sold as a Chevy SS here in the States, but when they see the badging that you have on it, do they even know what it is?
No, they don't. And even if it was a Chevy SS badge, they probably wouldn't know what that is either. With the Holden emblems, the lion on the emblems, people are always asking me what it is. You come out to a parking lot, yours is the only one there. You know, there are a ton of other cars, but yours is the only Holden out there. Unless you go into a meet or meet your friends, you know, chances are that's going to be the only one there.
Nice. Well, why don't you say we get this on the road?
All right, sounds good.
So what kind of reaction do you get when you bring this to a car show?
Well, usually people wonder what kind of car it is. And that's the most, you know, I don't know, probably the most fun about it, is there's not very many people that know about Holden. And they see the lion and they're all trying to guess what the emblems are. Then they're amazed it's a rear-wheel drive car. They're amazed it's a big V8. The other features, the Brembo brakes and the paddle shifters and the heads-up display and magnetic ride suspension. And then they're like, well, why didn't I hear about this? Why did I never, you know, see a commercial or some advertisement about it? And that's something I can't ever answer.
It's a shame they didn't do better, because driving this car today, it's comfortable and it's got a ton of power. You've modified it, but it's still comfortable to drive.
And it was fast before. I mean, and most people would have been happy with it. And I just always wanted more. There's the magnetic ride suspension is controlled by the knob in the center behind the shifter, and it goes from touring to sport to performance. And as you change those, you're getting a soft, lofty ride in touring. You get a little bit more performance in the sport, and then the performance, it stiffens up the suspension quite a lot. Stock mufflers come with baffles on top of them, so when you're in luxury mode, it quiets the car, quiets the mufflers. When you put it in sport or performance, it opens those mufflers up, and the baffles are free to make a better, more menacing sound.
Well, why don't we switch it to that, what is it? What mode is it?
Which one you want?
The loudest one. Yeah, that it scoots on you. Driving this modified Holden was really, really awesome. What I love about these cars is it has everything. It's luxurious, it can easily be a daily driver, even if you modified it like this one, but it's got tons of power, and it's unique, and it's a standout vehicle. We want to thank Dwayne for bringing this Holden out for us to enjoy today. What did you think about this Holden? Do you own one yourself? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you like this episode, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and for more Combustion Chamber, hit that subscribe button. We always say hit that subscribe button, but hit that bell icon on YouTube for instant notifications when we go live with future episodes. And if you want to support the show, check us out on Patreon. And for exclusive content and behind the scenes news, check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. The links for all of that are right below.